Hey guys, welcome back for a new video. I'm sitting at the desk alone today because we're gonna be talking about the best dressed people in metal. Just before we get into it, I know you know me from the reaction videos on this channel, but I wanna tell you a little bit about my background. So I went to fashion school here in Toronto at Ryerson University. I went there for 4 years and then I started my own line. That line is called Devil and I sell mostly underwear. You can check it out at the links in the description below if you're interested. Now, let's get into it. Maria Brink is the front woman in this moment. And like a lot of people, her style has really evolved over time. She used to dress in these little sort of baby doll type dresses with puffy sleeves and lace detail and really puffy skirts, kind of similar to how Courtney Love used to dress sometimes in the 90s with her little baby doll dresses. This is cool, but it's not enough to warrant putting her on a best dressed list. However, her costumes in the last couple years, or her stage performance clothes in the last couple years, have really blown me away. This one here is from their song Big Bad Wolf. She's wearing a wolf mask, which already, yes, it's literal, I know, but it's cool. And she's wearing this garment that you cannot buy in stores. What it is some sort of bodysuit or dress that has been cut by somebody into tatters. It's like rags. It's sort of hanging off of her. It's sort of like it's being torn up by a wolf. She's also not wearing any shoes. So she's kind of furthering this story of she just got away in tatters. She's escaped or something like that. It really makes sense for the song. And her background dancers, I also love. They're wearing almost the exact same thing. I'm assuming she didn't always have background dancers and they probably expanded throughout their career to add them in later on. But the fact that they're all wearing this crazy tattered outfit, it's blowing in the wind, and they all look really similar, just really adds to the effect. It just sells the outfit and it sells the story. And speaking of selling stories, she has an outfit specifically for the band song Whore. This one is pretty crazy, and it's the exact same one she wears in the music video, actually. What it is sort of like a vintage schoolgirl outfit, but made sexy. Kind of Britney style, but not quite. She's wearing a dunce cap with the word whore written across it. She has on a little button down shirt, tiny plaid skirt, vintage garters, like the things that are holding up her stockings, and really kind of classic looking high heels that look like 1920s dress shoes. This again is totally selling the story of the song. She's saying how she's misbehaved. She's almost like a bad kid from back in the day sitting on a stool with a dunce cap on. It really just makes sense. Now this costume here, you should sit down for. The first thing to mention, of course, is she looks like she's 10 feet tall. She's wearing some sort of white billowy tent while standing on a platform that goes from the top of her head all the way down to the floor. That alone is, once again, not something you can buy in a store. It's something she had to go and commission from a designer and say, I want a tent that's gonna start at my head and go all the way down to the floor. It's gonna be 12 feet long, and I need it to fit me underneath, and I need to be able to breathe in it. I need to be able to sing through it, and I wanna wear a crown over top. And the crown alone, the crown is insane. It sticks out so far from her head. Again, had to be made by somebody who is a literal craftsman, somebody who makes accessories for a living. It's not something you can go out and buy. It's something she had to seek out a person who has the ability to execute this idea for her. Now, the reveal of a century. She throws the crown off. The crown that I just said she had to seek out a literal craftsperson to be able to make. Just boom, on the ground. So she lifts up the white tent and underneath she's wearing a red dress. And this is almost too much for me, honestly. It's so good. The whole idea, the fact that she has her background dancers on a separate level from her wearing black with their faces painted, almost it looks like a cult, honestly. It literally looks like some sort of cult, and they're dancing around her. She's wearing this crazy white garment, and at the perfect moment, she lifts it up. Her and her background dancers lift it up together, and they just boom, it's off to reveal a red dress underneath. I don't know about you, but I love the drama, and this is so dramatic. The next person who has to be on my best dress list is Tyler Carter from Issues. I am obsessed with Tyler Carter's outfit from the video for Drink About It. It is one of the best music video outfits I have seen in a long time. And I thought it was a dress. For a really long time, it looked like a red dress to me, but I actually realized when you pause in a couple different spots, it's not a dress because the bottom part of it is split into two, kind of like pants. So it technically is pants and a top. And the thing that's really, really cool about it, and the thing that makes it extra awesome, is that it's not just women's clothes that he took and tried to fit into. You can tell it was actually made specifically for him. And the reason for that is if you look at the front, there's no darts, there's no place for a woman's bust to go because you have to account for that. So it's totally flat down the front. The neckline comes up pretty high and the armholes come up pretty far. So that tells me that it was something made specifically for him and his body. Now I think it's really neat that it's a set that gives the impression that it's a dress. It has a button placket, which is that little rectangle of fabric down the front of a lot of shirts where buttons go into. So it doesn't do up all the way to the bottom. It splits off down below his waist. And then you have the chiffon or some sort of flowy dress material type pant at the bottom. So it's almost like a little fake out where it looks like a dress, but it's not a dress. And then he pairs it with the smudged eye makeup and the black crown, and it just gives the most awesome effect, I think. I also think he walks the line between men's and women's apparel so well and so precariously almost, where like it doesn't fall too far into one camp or the other. In the video for Tapping Out, he's wearing an outfit that is to me inspired by a really interesting women's trend of wearing like an oversized man's dress shirt with like a little waist corset around her waist. And he's doing something kind of like that here, where he's wearing this sort of gray suit thing. I'm not even sure what to call it. It's like slacks and a top that's kind of like a button down, but it zips. And over top of that, he's wearing a waist corset. And it totally reminds me of those outfits, except it's its own spin on it. And the thing that's really neat about it, again, is that this corset is not just a corset off the shelf. This corset was made for him. Or at the very least, it was made for a man. The waist doesn't nip in as much as it does on a women's corset. You know how women get that really crazy like hourglass figure from corsets? Like that's the whole point since the Victorian days, essentially. And it actually is a real corset because it has channels in it for boning. And boning are these really long, hard strips, either made of plastic or metal, one or the other, where you take it and you sew it down the sides all around, and it makes the garment itself very, very stiff, so you can't bend around that much, and it really sucks you in. It's really hard, long strips, and that's exactly what this has. You can tell by looking at it. You can see the channels that are sewn in there for it. It also has a closure down the front that is really typical of modern corsets. It looks like a hook and eye or something along those lines. It's adjustable, or it might even lace up, but I can't really tell from the music video, to be honest with you. But it definitely 100% is a real corset with all the bells and whistles that corsets normally have. On his Instagram page, there's also a plethora of great outfits. First of all, him wearing a crop top, amazing. I have so much respect for any man that can wear a crop top. Then he has these outfits here in all these bright photos. This one's my favorite, the red one. He's wearing a Supreme raincoat, and I can just hear that coat by looking at the photo. I can hear the plastic going like. Then he's wearing printed pants with little love heart lockets on them. And he's just being so sass. He's like perched on a stool. I absolutely love this outfit. The only thing I don't really love is the shoes. I could take or leave those kind of shoes. But all in all, I think this is a great outfit. It's really fun. It's really unique. And that's just kind of Tyler Carter, I guess, right? Tilian Pearson of Dance Gavin Dance. Now, unlike the last couple people, Tilian doesn't wear costumey, crazy, over-the-top, eccentric outfits. He dresses in, just regular everyday street clothes. But the thing that I love about Tilian, and the reason I brought him up in the first place, is because everything he wears fits him like a glove. He really knows how to dress. In this photo here, he's wearing jeans and a short sleeve button-up shirt, but it fits him perfectly. The pants are cuffed so that they're not too long, they're not too tight, and they're not too loose, and they sit at the perfect spot on his waist. The shirt that he's wearing also fits him perfectly. It's wide enough across the shoulders, but it's also narrow enough at his waist. There's no gapping along the buttons. That's like a really, really big telltale sign that a shirt does not fit you properly, that it's too small. If in between the buttons, the fabric is gapping open a little bit, not a right fit. But here you can just tell. He's even got the shirt cuffed. That may just be a facet of the shirt itself. But either way, I really like it. I think this is a really spot on outfit. You also can scroll through his Instagram for like 5 seconds. 5 seconds only. And you can see him wearing like 15 different prints. This man is basically the king of prints. He's always wearing something along these lines where it's like a button-down shirt with a fun print on it and really well-fitting pants. And every single shirt he has, I don't know if he gets his clothes tailored. I wouldn't even be surprised if he does, but every shirt fits him like a glove. He also has some pieces that are kind of out there and crazy. Not as crazy as a man dress, but still really unique and interesting. For example, this gold leopard print suit jacket with a gold bow tie. I love this. I think this is amazing. I think you could wear this to any wedding or any like black tie event. I think it really suits him, and it doesn't look silly. Even though it's like kind of crazy, you might see that on a hanger and think like, I can't pull off that jacket. He pulls off this jacket. He also has this outfit, which is a coordinated pants and top, which you will see. I love coordinated sets, matching sets, things where the print are the same on the top and the bottom. I absolutely love that as long as it's done well. And this outfit is definitely done well. Once again, it's his usual silhouette. He's wearing a button-down shirt and he's wearing pants, but they're both covered in paisley. And once again, it's one of those things where you might see it on a rack or you might see it on a hanger and you'll think, I can't do that. But somehow Tilian can. He really comes across to me as a person who knows what he likes, knows what looks good on him, and he just does what works for him. Mark Okubo of Veil of Maya. Mark Okubo is actually, funny enough, kind of the inspiration for this video. I stumbled across him while researching Veil of Maya for Wyatt's line check interview with Lukas. While watching live videos, I kept noticing him on stage, not wearing black, and not just not wearing black, but wearing really interesting outfits. One of my favorite ones is this one right here. It's a matching set, it's a coordinated top and pants, both of which are in pastel camo. Now, pastel camo is a funny one because it doesn't make any sense. Trees are green, it's one of those camos that's just like, it's there for fun. And in this case, those light colors look really good on his skin tone. Oftentimes people who are really pale like me and who have cool undertones in their skin can't wear pastel colors because it washes you out and it makes you look too pale and it makes you look sick. But Mark has a little bit more tan complexion and it really looks good on him, and he really stands out while wearing that outfit. It also has rose applique on it, which kind of just takes it to like a whole other level. And appliques are basically embroidered patches that you sew to the surface of a garment. They're used a lot of the time for wedding dresses or dance costumes or things like that. In this situation, I think they look really cute. It sort of makes his outfit not so wishy-washy. If you look at it from far away, it could just turn into one big blob of light colored mess. But for some reason, having the rose appliques across his stomach at the midpoint of his body just keeps things separate a little bit and gives a focal point for you to look at when you look at his outfit. Most recently, in their music video for Outsider, Mark is wearing another bright and fun outfit. He's wearing a shiny gold jacket, a bomber jacket it looks like, with white pants. Now this is so fun to me because A, everybody else in the band is wearing black or gray. You can see in this photo right here, we've got a guy with a gray t-shirt and black work pants. We've got another guy wearing a leather jacket with black ripped up jeans. And then we have a gray jean jacket with black jeans. Now, beside all of those guys, you see Mark off in the background a little bit wearing a shiny gold bomber jacket. He's wearing white pants that have some sort of little flaps for the pockets on them. Now, the reason why this was so perfect in my mind is because A, everybody else in the band is wearing dark colors and matte textures, so not shiny at all. And B, the music video itself is dark. You know, there's hardly any lighting. There's just little flashes coming from these sort of like exposed long light bulbs. And whenever the light bounces off of him, it's like, whew, it's like a disco ball. He's reflecting. It looks beautiful. He really stands out in this video. The last thing I want to talk about in regards to Mark Okubo is his relationship with the color pink. I stumbled across this meme that it's so perfect. There's so many images of Mark, not just with a pink guitar, but with pink accessories to match his guitar. And now me, myself, I don't even like pink. I don't wear pink. I don't have things that are pink, but on him, it just looks so sharp. Once again, it looks really good with his skin tone. He just stands out, you know? Like, he's not the vocalist. He's not the forefront of the band. He's not the face. But when I look at their live videos, my eyes go straight to him with those outfits. Last but not least on my list of best dressed people in metal is, of course, Ollie Sykes. Not only does Ollie Sykes have his own incredibly dope and incredibly successful fashion line, he also has evolved his personal style over the years to something that is so different and so unique. He used to dress back in the day, in the Suicide Season days, in the Warped Tour days, kind of just like everybody else. He would wear ripped skinny jeans, he would wear tank tops, he would wear Converse. Nothing that was that different, nothing that was that special. However, as time went on, he really developed his own style, and it's something that I can't even describe. I can't really say whether it's punk or goth or streetwear or any one specific thing. It's really like an amalgamation of all different styles put in together to something that is uniquely his. A beyond amazing example of this is in the interview he did with NME about ammo. In it, he's wearing a literal ugly grandpa sweater. If I saw that hanging on the rack, I could never in a million years see the potential in that sweater. It's like an ugly green. It looks like it's scratchy, to be honest with you. But he's paired it with crust pants, which are like punk pants that you sew patches to and you paint on and you do all these different things to over time to make them uniquely yours. And they're not just crust pants, but they're floods too. They don't go all the way to his ankle. And for some reason, this pairing, this outfit just works for him. It's nothing that I could ever go out and see on my own and think, yeah, that's fashionable. But in a way, fashion is just being able to pair things together that you would never think about putting together and seeing how well they work. In this live video, he's wearing another amazing outfit. This one is a really special jacket with a button-down printed top, black jeans, and boots that are either two different colors or one color on the inside and one color on the outside. This outfit is amazing. I mean, this jacket is not a jacket that you can just walk into any store and buy. This is a jacket that took time and effort and care and was probably made by hand, or at the very least purchased and then distressed by hand and painted by hand and had patches sewn onto it. It's something that really expresses his personality, and it's something that not everyone can pull off. Another outfit that not everyone can pull off is this red monochrome coordinated suit. I'm personally really a fan of monochrome outfits, whether it be black on black or denim on denim on denim, but this here, the red, in the shade of red specifically, A, looks amazing on him, and B, looks amazing on stage. He stands out from the rest of the band because they're all wearing white sort of jumpsuits, and he's the only guy who's wearing all red. And he's also taken the effort to like paint things or put temporary tattoos on his face to sort of complete the look, and I really appreciate that as well. I think that this jacket, just like the last one, has patches and things sewn onto it that took a lot of time and care, and everything he wears nowadays really just kind of seems like it's not not off the shelf and it's not out of the box, and it's really something that had to go through processes to get to where it is. Even his more simple outfits are not that simple if you really look closely. This, for example, is just a beige t-shirt, but it's not a regular beige t-shirt because if you look at the seam across the arm here, that's an exposed seam that was purposefully left out on the outside of the garment to have an effect. As well as the collar here. The collar looks distressed. It looks like it's kind of stretched out, not necessarily sewn on properly, and that was also done on purpose. And the other thing is, even though he's just wearing a t-shirt, or you could say just wearing a t-shirt, he has a single contact in one of his eyes to just complete the look. All in all, I would say Ollie Sykes is one of, if not the best dressed person in metal right now. He's my personal favorite, and I also think he's done really great things with his brand. Now, if you disagree with me, go ahead and tell me about it in the comments below. Keep in mind, at the end of the day, the wonderful thing about fashion is that it's completely subjective. This is my opinion based on my experiences and my personal taste. So you might have a completely different list of people, and I still have further lists of people that I would love to discuss. So if you're interested in seeing more videos like this, please let me know in the comments below. You can connect with me further at my social media links in the description down below. You can also check out my website for my own brand down there as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon with something new.